I'm a country girl. I moved to the city by myself when I turned 18. I met and fell in love with a co-worker at a factory where I was working at. We rented a small room and lived together. I was so happy when he said that he was working so hard to save money for our little family.
When I was 20, I was drunk and I cannot control myself as I ended up with a pregnancy after a one-night stand.
I honestly thought that a child is the fruit of love, but all that changed.
It was the past spring when the nurse congratulated me on getting pregnant. I wanted to show my boyfriend that I love him enough to give birth to the baby, but he said, "No way, you're not keeping it."
I was terribly embarrassed by the incident. My parents felt so much of sorrow for their vulnerable baby. I cannot tell the world what happened to me because no one would marry a girl who is no longer a virgin. My relatives and neighbors thought I was another girl who slept with random men for money.
My boyfriend wants to break up, so I tried to get pregnant to have him back again in my life. But I was wrong.
Then he gave me $100,000 to solve the trouble and left. Yes, he called our child trouble.
At first, I told a thing in my tummy that he or she was not welcome in this world. I hated like a sin for bringing me such a shame and disgrace. Sitting silently in the waiting room, I heard a huge argument of the couple sitting next to me. The boy forces his girlfriend to abort the shit out of her. That's what he said. That's what he called the baby. Then the girl slapped him and shouted in his face, "It's a human being. It can breathe like you. You should have a chance to live. If you don't want it, let's forget it. It's your child. I will give birth and raise my baby by myself. We don't need a husband or a father like you."
And now I have to finish my last year at university by working through part-time jobs to save money for my life. My family is not rich. My parents are farmers who had to work from early morning to late night to pay for my tuition fee. As the term is getting bigger and bigger day by day, I have to quit jobs because they do not allow a pregnant woman working in their restaurant. I also have to move to another room because my roommates keep whispering me as a naughty girl and lustful girl. They have never imagined themselves having sex before marriage, not to mention getting pregnant.
In the waiting room, it was so heartbreaking that all the women there were holding in their emotion. And there was a dead silence that I can't describe. I found myself lying on a big chair. I could hear the vacuum sucking the life out of me. And when I stood up, the bed was covered in blood. I shuddered. As much as I were devastated from the abortion, I came home to realize that my boyfriend had suddenly moved out of the house with a note saying that I'm sorry. At that moment, my life became a wreck.
After seeing that scene, I left the clinic and asked myself how could I even think of getting rid of my own baby.
I don't want to keep the baby, but I'm still afraid of some intangible thing that I can't even name it. I'm torn between a mother responsibility and the pride life of a university graduate. What should I do to save my life?
Why didn't the police arrest me? I killed a human being. I killed my baby. I should be executed for what I've done. Even the trees on the street were shouting at me. The rocks on the sidewalk wanting to hit my face, and a bird jumping above my ground. I'm sorry, baby, my child. I lived my whole life in shame and guilt to ask for your forgiveness.
My little girl is turning 5 this month. She's a well-behaved and smart child. She never asks me about her daddy because she doesn't want to upset me.
Because you live and breathe, because you make me believe in myself when nobody else can help. Because you live, girl, my world has twice as many stars in the sky.
Being a single mom is not easy, but having her into my life is the greatest gift that God has given me.
Now, because you live and breathe, because you make me